y'all, I am cooking supper tonight, and this is a simple recipe, but it's really delicious. And it's another one that you can kind of clean out your pantry and refrigerator with. But I'm going to use our Rock Crock Dutch oven. It's a 4-quart pan, and I'm going to take this opportunity to answer some questions that I get on this. The Rock Crock Dutch oven is sold separately, or you can get it in the set with the slow cooker. Oh, sorry. The slow cooker is also sold separately, so if you already have one of these and you want to add the slow cooker stand to it, you can. But you can use this on the stovetop, boiling, frying, whatever on your stovetop, in the microwave, in the oven, on your outdoor grill, and also convert it to a slow cooker, which I love because we can sear our meat that we might want to sear before we slow cook. So I love that this stand has a cord storage on the bottom, and it automatically will cut off by itself and go to a keep warm setting, which is great for me because sometimes I'm not home and I set it for the time I want, and then I just know that I don't have to worry that it's going to go to keep warm. This also fits in that slow cooker stand, and this is the 2.5 quart size. This is the Rock Crock Everyday Pan, but today I'm going to use the Dutch oven. So let me sit that out of the way. Okay, so now to the easy recipe that you're here for. And I'll tilt this down so you can see. So when I share the recipe, it's going to have oven instructions, but I do it in the microwave, which makes it even quicker. Because in the oven, we would bake it for 30 minutes. In the microwave, I'll have this done in just 15 minutes. So what I'm going to do is start with 1 can of diced tomatoes. And you want the juice and all in there. And then also a can of broth. I'm going to use beef broth because I think that's going to give the meatballs that's going to go in this a richer flavor. Now, I've already gone around with this can opener, but I get a lot of questions on the can opener. This little knob here, you would think goes on the top, but it goes on the side, and then you just twist all the way around. And when you do, you'll feel the resistance when you have made your turn around the can. So then you just turn it counterclockwise, and it will release the can. This little claw right here is operated by this push button. So you take this claw and put it on the can, and then you just pop the lid right off. So I'm going to take this right over to the trash can and release that button and let it go. And it's gone. So that is our smooth edge can opener. You will not get a cut on your hands. And I love it even with the pull tops. If I've got something that I'm going to dig out, I don't want it to cut my silicone heads on my spatulas. So I also love that smooth edge for that reason. If you've ever dug around in one of your cans, you've probably cut one of your spatulas before. Okay, the other thing this recipe calls for, that was 2 ingredients. This is 3. We got just 5 ingredients. Is pasta sauce. Now, if you watch me often, you know that I like to make my own chili and pasta sauces. So I thought out some of mine, and that is what is going in here. This is the silicone prep bowl, and they used to come in this gray color. You see me use these a lot, and now they are clear, which I love the clear ones. But I like using these for the freezer as well. Trying to get all that goodness out. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is add in our 4th ingredient, which is 1 cup of rice. I use long grain rice instead of the instant or minute rice when I'm doing mine. And that's just, I think when we're cooking it, that's what we need to do. So before I add my meatballs in, I like to go ahead and add my seasoning. And I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of Italian seasoning, and 1 lid is a tablespoon. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of that in. There is 2 lines. You probably can't see them well in here, but there's 2 lines. The bottom line is a teaspoon and the top line is a tablespoon. I don't know if it's that way on all spice jars, but on Pampered Chefs it is. Okay, so before I add my meatballs in, I got a little bit of sauce there. I'm just going to kind of stir this up a little bit. I think y'all can see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna stir it gently so I don't get this juice all over me. Oh, it smells good. So then the last thing we add, and our fifth and final ingredient, I didn't count the spice as an ingredient, y'all. So 6 ingredients if you're counting your seasonings, and I don't count those. So the last thing I'm adding is meatballs. And it calls for 16 ounces, and most of the meatballs that I get are in a 32-ounce bag. I use the Twix clips to put on them. These come in a set of 10. And y'all, I promise you, whatever you seal with them and put back in your refrigerator or freezer, it's going to stay just as fresh as it was the day you bought them. So these are frozen, still frozen. And I'm going to step back and gently pour those in. That's a half of a bag. It may be a little more, a little less. I'm cleaning out my freezer on that. So you can add a little more or a little less if you want to. But yum, yum. And how simple is that? So with the rock crock, again, I can put it in the oven, but I'm going to do mine in the microwave. And I'm going to do it for just 15 minutes, y'all. That's it. 15 minutes. So you can see that. I hope it's probably a shadow from me. But how quick is that? And meatballs, pasta sauce, rice, something that everyone loves. And of course, I use Italian seasoning, but you can flavor it with any of your favorites. But I have found that the Italian seasoning just kind of goes good with those meatballs. So another reason I'm using this, and I'm going to put it in the microwave. And when I'm done, I'm going to be shredding some cheese. And when it's finished, I'm going to shred that cheese on top and pop it in the oven just a little bit under the broiler and let that cheese get all brown and toasty. I like my cheese toasted. So I will share the recipe in the comments. And if you've got any questions on the 2.5 quart, this is the 4 quart, or the slow cooker rock crock stand, y'all let me know. And if I don't come back on when it's done, I'll put pictures, as always, of the dish at the end and the recipe in comments. Thanks. Y'all have a great night. Okay, this is what a 15-minute, 5-ingredient recipe looks like. I've just taken it out of the microwave, and I haven't even touched it. I'm not going to stir it or do anything to it. I decided to shred a little bit of mozzarella cheese to put on top. So I'll put that on there and put it under the broiler for just a little bit, and then we'll have a picture of this delicious, easy recipe. Okay, it is done. I've got the cheese kind of melted under the broiler a little bit, and doesn't that just look delicious? And so quick and easy, y'all. So we have different options for tools. So I want to show you this one you have seen me use. It's called our scoop and serve spatula. So it kind of keeps things in uniform shape like lasagnas or casseroles as you are scooping them. I'm a visual person, so I like to show you all of these. This one I love using when I'm deep frying or French fries. Look at all those holes. This one is scoop and drain. So if you're scooping French fries out of grease, or whether you're scooping green beans out of juice, cabbage out of juice, this baby will be your friend. And it is huge also. And what I am probably going to use today is our nylon ladle. This has drain holes on one side and a pour spout on the other. And it holds 1 cup. And if you use this at parties, people will try to take it home with them. So be careful and guard it. Because every time I take it somewhere, they say, oh, I want that. Oh, where did you get that? So I'm going to, this pan's still hot. So let me try to move it around just a little bit. I got it sitting on our silicone mats. So I'm going to scoop some out so you can see it. And I think that this is going to be my best scooping option. Ooh, y'all, look at all that cheese. When you shred your own cheese, that's the kind of cheese pull you get right there. Okay, so you can see all of that. I'm not sure if I even got rice in this one or not. Yeah, I can see some rice in there. Okay, so y'all can see my rice, my meatballs, my cheese, and it smells heavenly. So it's going to be delicious. It's too hot, and I should have got a fork, or I would try to taste it for you. But I will share this recipe with you, and I hope it's one that you'll make in just a pinch. And everything was from our pantry or just frozen from the freezer. We usually have all of these ingredients, or I do, on hand, meatballs and the other ingredients. So very quick and easy, and something you can throw together in a snap when you didn't have dinner planned. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, and y'all have a great night. Bye-bye.